Banks DIH team and the Jumbo Jet team. On behalf of Banks DIH, today we want to just to get into details. This is the 17th running year of the Guyana Cup, of which Banks DIH will be the title sponsor. From the initiative started, we have journeyed with the Jumbo Jet team, the Guyana Cup team, in making this a success over the period. It has matured over the 17 years, of which we are proud to be a part of, and to execute this 17th year with a bang. With no further ado, I would like to introduce the team that make this possible. Just to add a little, I know that these guys at the head table, Brian Chewing and Mr. Dwayne Bristol, who would get into details of our execution going forward as it lead up to the 17th year of the Guyana Cup. With no further ado, we will begin with Brian, just to give us some insights on the beer side of the business. Brian.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the launching of the Guyana Cup and concert. Banks Beer is extremely proud and excited to collaborate with the organizers for the Guyana Cup and concert, scheduled for Sunday, the 17th of August at the Rising Sun Turf Club, West Coast Belize. This year marks the 17th edition of the Guyana Cup, and we at Banks, and specifically the Banks Beer brand, have enjoyed every moment of this journey. This event is part of Guyana's cultural fabric. What to expect for this 17th edition? We'll be having a brunch with the stars, in which the official horse racing draw will be done. And relevant stakeholders will be there, such as the jockeys, the trainers, and sponsors. We also plan to have 31 road shows in six regions with music trucks and models. They'll be having 75 plus custom billboards, as well as 20 over the road hanging banners. For the concert part of the event, they will have regional artists like Marshall, Popcorn, and Ravi B, together with local artists and DJs. This event will also be supported by way of the traditional media such as the radio, TV, and
In this whole layout, Andre will take us through the journey here now into detail.
Okay, first of all, I'd like to say good morning to our media personnel from across the media fraternity. And his full band, as well as Ravi and his full band. It was quite a challenge to acquire the services of these entertainers because they are heavily booked worldwide. They actually sell stadiums out all over UK, Europe, and to have Popcorn here after 6 years was definitely a task for management. The venue will be transformed. As you know, it's a flat savanna type area, horse race track. We're actually hosting the event in the infield, so it has to be transformed similar to what you would see at the National Stadium. Of course, you know the National Stadium is a tarmac. The infield for the Rising Sun Turf Club, it's a grass area. So there's a lot of infrastructural work that has to be done. There are elevated corporate decks, there are elevated areas, for the concert VVIP areas. The venue will be split into 4 bottles. A dedicated waitress will go for 1.5. For 1.5. All right. Now this is actually the best view of the entire stage. It's over 20 feet over the crowd, 20 feet high, and it gives you the ultimate vantage point to witness one of the greatest performances you all will see for 2025. This year we have the early bird that we started on the 1st of July. It will remain as early bird while stocks last. So I want to urge everybody to buy your tickets from regulated ticket outlets and ensure that you all have that advanced early bird ticket. If you do your research on tickets across the framework of Guyana events, $6,000 for a concert of this nature and size is very affordable. So we want to urge all our patrons to take advantage of the early bird tickets. Going across to the horse race, which actually kicks off at 11, gates open at 9 a.m. and we want to urge everybody to come early, be part of the fun and excitement for the entire family. We have a special kids zone, so the kids could come and have some fun when you all reach. During the intermission, we have a cultural presentation that will start from the head of the final turn and will come all the way down in front of the stands area, all the way down, so that everybody could take part and view this cultural celebration. This year, luckily we have Banks as a sponsor over 17 years. This year, Banks and they agreed to venture into something called a Banks Village, which will be a display of Banks DIH products, brands. It will be very interactive, where members of the management team will interact with different business people, different business owners, members of the public, so you all could now know who are the persons behind such an extravagant company that has been with Guyana from inception. The Banks zone, there is a VIP area that patrons can as well take advantage of, and that will give you a ground view of the finish line of the race, because it's just a couple feet away from the physical track. So there will be an area there where people can take advantage of that view. Basically, we are trying to bring our horse racing to the next level through visiting international horse races, Kentucky Derby, the Gold Cup, Barbados, for which the One Guyana team was quite successful this year. Just to mention, we won the coveted first prize at the Gold Cup at the Barbados Gold Cup, right? So they management team witnessed the layout, and we wanted to make our own way, in our own cultural way, all right? There will be numerous zones. There's an elevated VIP area for the horse race that goes for $300,000. It gives you a catwalk with a bird's eye view of the end of the stage. And there's a non-elevated area that's for $200,000. The elevated area gives you access for 15 persons, and the non-elevated area gives you access. The elevated area gives you access for 20 persons, and and that was important. So over the past years, we had difficulties with people parking indiscriminately on the roadway and causing traffic jams and causing blockages to people entrance of their premises. This year, we're working closely with the Guyana Police Force to ensure we alleviate these issues.
We did last year.
All right, so for 2024, we were able to achieve this, and now for 2025, we made a couple enhancements to ensure that it definitely works. So there will be 5 lanes entering to the Rising Sun Turf Club that comes off of the public roadway with 4 lanes, 2 on the way coming down from Rosignol area, Bushdot area coming down, and 2 leaving Weldat on the way up to Rising Sun. So it gives you extremely easy access to the parking area, and people have the option of the infield parking as well. so you could actually sit in your vehicles and view the race as it comes around that final home stretch. We want to urge our patrons, you will not be allowed in the facility with.
You know, they played a crucial role in horse racing, not only the Guyana Cup. So thank you for always being on board and coming heavily with us this year on the Guyana Cup. So on the horse racing aspect of things, because everyone knows me as the horse racing personnel, Andre didn't speak much on the horse racing. So we have 11 races. Guyana never witnessed that. We have 11 races, so we have to start 11 a.m. We will start on time. We can't afford any delays. Each races will be 35 minutes apart. That would put us directly into 4 p.m. We have the intermission with the road parade. What is it called?
Cultural parade.
The cultural parade, which will be a 20-minute session, and then we head into the feature race. This year we have 2 new races that we carded, which will be the juvenile race that's open to imported horses. Due to the large influx of race horses in the country, we've seen a lot of younger horses that came in from the U.S. And we also have 3-year-old, which is the Derby, that's open to Brazilian and West Indian bred horses. So those are 2 new races. The Guyana Cup, we've increased the purse overall for the entire day is now over 50 million Guyana dollars. The feature race, we have a $20 million purse, which will see $10 million first prize in the Guyana Cup. Andre would have mentioned some stuff about the parking and security. We always ensure banks DIH that we would always secure their products, secure our brand as a team. So we have multiple checkpoints for vehicle and for patron coming on their foot. So please, everyone, be patient, and we have to secure our venue, our event, and our partners. All right, that's it here for me.
Thank you, gentlemen. We now open the floor for any questioning as it relates to logistical question that relates to the event for the entire day. All of us. Any questions as it relates to lead up, ticket location, etc. We open the floor to you guys.
No questions.
No questions.
Okay, so what we did, we had a very comprehensive press kit done for the media to make it easy for them.
Okay.
So when they head back, they can pull that information off of the press kit. But on a closing note, I would want to mention that horse racing is now a legit horse racing fraternity. All right. The statutory body took involvement from every single sector within the horse racing fraternity to make sure that when they design and structure the rules and regulations, it will be welcomed by all. All right, so I just want to make mention to that. And of course, I want to thank the government of Guyana for making it possible. I mean, it was something in the pipeline for years, and after much discussion and back and forth with various entities and stakeholders, it was tabled and the legislation indeed was approved. So I want to urge everybody in Guyana to be part of this event. I mean, you have seen what we did over the past 17 years. We did it with Skillibeng in 2022. We did it with Massacre Day in 2023. And we're going to do it again in 2025. All right? This will indeed be the pinnacle of entertainment in Guyana, the pinnacle in the horse racing industry in Guyana. And we would now urge our foreign counterparts who will be making their way to Guyana, book early, book your accommodation early, because you know summertime is extremely busy in Guyana. And we want to urge everybody to be part of this event. It's a well-planned, it's a safe event, it's an event that we work closely with the Guyana Police Force, with the Guyana Fire Service, and we want to ensure that everybody enjoys this exciting experience and journey to Guyana Cup 2025.
Yes, it was. It been published in the newspaper that it was passed. That was 6 weeks, about 2 months back. Yeah.
For your future race, are we likely to see a return to defending champion Olympic Rebels?
Of course, Olympic Kerman will be back. He has an automatic entry into the Guyana Cup with the large influx of horses. We will be doing point system that will be released this week for horses to enable to run in the feature event.
I know you sent out the press release earlier this year about how we were able to enter into every race because of the influx of horses. Just if you could just remind me of what a process is and what it is.
Well, horses will have to. We only have limit. This is a system that is supposed to be drawn out, maybe earlier, probably from last year, but of recent, more horses came in, and now we'll have to put a point system. So we'll have to use maybe 2 or 3 races before the Guyana Cup to give horses points to enter into the race, and also leave room for new horses that has to come.
Any opening for maybe an underdog or a wild card? Anything like that?
Coming imported into Guyana, yes, we'll have 4 gates remain for that.
Julio or Randy to answer. You mentioned the Saturday, the 18 market just recently. How close are we to maybe matching or surpassing that kind of event here recently?
Okay, numbers wise, we surpass Sandy Lane. With respect to structure, this year we will actually be on par or even surpass them. We had a problem where vantage point based on the layout of the existing track, because remember, we didn't build that track ourselves. So we understand the layout when you look at the Kentucky Derby and you look at those international horse race meets. There's a lot of space for the general admission to view the finish line. And this space was always a challenge based on the layout of the track, the layout of the elevated, and the growth of the race itself. So we see in a race that grew from 5,000 to 7,000 to 12,000 to 15,000 to 18,000. So that's where we are now. So we had to design a different era with the introduction of the bank zone that could give people that up close and personal feel and comfort to the end of an actual horse race, to the finish line. So the finish line is actually, the horses will be actually running to the end of the table there, and this is the edge of the bank zone area where people can feel it, feel the pound of the horses as they finish the race itself. Media accreditation will be done through a passport size photo. It will be published where you all could uplift, and the location where you all could uplift it, and you'll be able to use those as access to the event. All right? Any other questions?
Accommodation. Over the years and stuff as well, is there any provision? Do you work along with guest houses, hotels, something like that, where you can find people to perhaps overnight and be ready for the event?
Yes, we have been. We have been reaching out to multiple guest houses, but since the information leaked with the artists that we actually booked for the show, we found that most of those guest houses were booked online. They were booked verbally via cell phone. So we're still in the process of trying to go in every nook and cranny of that entire area to see if we could find guest houses. But now, as it has been confirmed that we have Marshall, it has been confirmed that we have popcorn, it has proven to be quite a challenge. But there are still the traditional, there are traditional hotels in New Amsterdam that people can try, or you have the conventional, the Pegasus, the Marriott, the Tower Hotel, Sleeping Hotel around Georgetown. All right, so we expect a lot of police presence on the road. So traversing from Georgetown to Rising Sun should not be a problem. Yeah? Any other questions before we close? Okay. I want to thank you all for coming.
Thank you.
Andre, would you mind telling media about your accreditation?
He did.
Yeah.